We like almost got eaten by a slime.
No, that's somewhere else.
The Revenant came this way.
Yeah.
Can I look
Revenant clearly
around? Can I look around for secret doors or anything like that?
Sure.
Can I do that as well?
Yeah, anyone can make a perception check.
Alright, cool. I was gonna do the hand thing again, but thank you.
You take a look and you're not seeing anything. The walls are all smooth here. This is indeed the way that the Revenant went through.
Do we believe
trying
that
perception.
the Revenant?
Alright, Roland, you take a closer look and you see a very, very fine indentation in this wall here. It's a secret door. It's
Nice.
I will
Being worked
point it
to-
out to the rest of the party.
to appear seamless with the rest of the wall.
I push it.
Alright. Comes apart. And stone rollers slide the door into the wall. See a very, very large chamber. The first thing you see is the back of a statue. And a large hall. Stone shelves lining the walls over here and different pathways.
So you said stone-looking things are just statues, right?
Yes. So as you move in, the ceiling rises to a height of 30 feet. And there is a deformed granite statue standing here on the east side of a large stone column. And the statue is facing to the east. Now you can hear some noises. Goblin sounds coming from a hallway towards the northeast.
I'm going to come to the corner and peek around, and more listening than I am looking, but trying to judge how far away they are.
Alright, make a perception check. You think they're probably about 40 feet away from you, and as you move up there, you hear one of them sort of yell something. And you hear goblins start moving around, and you're pretty sure they're coming at you. Yeah.
Can I try to stealth into the shadows at the north wall?
Well, you can, but after we roll initiative. That's not all.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, could I like kind of wave at everybody, be like, "Yo!" Try and get everybody.
They saw you well before you saw them. All right, you guys also hear something quite loud. There is some noise, and you may even see them in this direction. It looks like some bugbears are trying to sneak up and skirt around behind you guys. There's 3 of them there, and I'm gonna roll these goblins into the initiative. Let's just
I'll take the bugbears.
get these guys in there.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
Go for it. Where are they?
They are to the northeast, and the bugbears are to the southeast. So, Brew, you're up first.
Interesting. What's the distance like here?
8 square is 5 feet.
Okay. Cool. Can I just slide on over here into this shadow, maybe stealth, and then prepare, actually maybe like right there, prepare a reaction. And if somebody comes through there, I can like reaction try to grapple them.
You can, but you won't be able to stealth because stealthing is an action.
Oh, right, and I'd be saving my action through the reaction to do stuff. All right.
Yeah, you'd be taking the ready action.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't need to stealth anything. So yeah, how about actually I'll move down here, and Actually, forget grapple. If anything comes through, I'm just going to swing my war pick at its head. How about that?
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, like that.
Just as a point of clarification, Seb, does Brew have light on?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, he does. He does. He does have the light on him. As you
It's the wisdom of Tempest.
as you move up, Brew, these bugbears come into light and they see you sort of move up, and one of them just breaks forward and charges. Roar! Charges straight at you. You can use
So
your
can I smash
reaction.
him with my reaction?
Yep. You swing your war pick, and he pushes his heavy wooden shield into the pick and pushes you back. A 15 misses. And then you see the bugbear. He's wearing some animal hides, has a large wooden shield and a large club with nails sticking out of the end. And he tries to hit you with it, Brew. Takes a hefty swing, and he clunks you for 16 piercing damage with that morning star. Scamp.
I am going to cast Ice Knife at one of the bugbears that's paired up down there in the door.
Okay. This guy?
Yeah.
Alright, the actual ice knife itself just bounces off the bugbear's shield, then some of the shards stab into him, and the rest of them manage to jump out of the way. Block it with their shields. So one of them is hit. 2d6 cold damage. This guy, the one that you fired at. Alright, he's hit for 7 cold damage, and a large shard of ice just sticks straight into his arm.
Wouldn't the other bugbear be affected as well?
They dodged out of the way. Roland.
Roland is gonna take one step forward, but no more steps forward, and he is going. Let's see, bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action Mantle of Inspiration, and this will be for Nox, Brew, Alcris, and Pavel. I'll just say positions everyone as I'm strumming my guitar. So.
Does that give us bonus health or just the reaction?
It's health. Because it's health. I forget how much. I think it's 8. It's 8 temporary hit points. I think if you already still full up on the temporary hit points like Nox is, I don't think you get them back. They just refresh.
You can choose to take the new ones or the old ones.
I want more.
Yeah, you'll be able to get 2 more knocks. And you're gonna move as well?
And if you would like to use your reaction to move, you can.
I'm staying where.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, everyone add on the oh, Nox, you're killing yourself.
Oh.
Alright, Pavel's gonna move.
Nox. Okay. There you go. I use my reaction. Are you gonna move, Alcris, or are you gonna stay there?
I mean, it's not my turn. I'm definitely moving.
Well,
you can use your reaction to move.
Yeah.
Oh, my reaction to move, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what the Mantle of
I'll use my reaction
Inspiration
to
does.
Glimmerboard.
You can move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attack.
I will actually move, so I'll move to here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. And then I'll yell at this bugbear here. What's the matter? You getting cold feet? Vicious mockery.
By the way, I love your GIF. I love your GIF. That movie is awesome.
It was good. I'll draw
Oh,
it
has no effect.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, it's the end of my turn.
Okay, you hear goblin footsteps coming from the north. And let's just move this guy up a little bit. And they're coming closer to you guys. Havel, you're up.
Alright, I'm shooting the one that's injured. You know, I'm gonna focus on him, trying to kill him.
Not a bad strat.
That hits. You pluck an arrow into him, it grazes him for 4 piercing.
Alright, one more. Oh no.
10 misses.
That's all we can do.
Alright, this bugbear charges at you, Pavel, roaring as he
Little bitch.
has a bit of blood sort of streaking out from the arrowhead. He swings, and he swings straight over your head. He ends his turn there. Right, a goblin moves up, and Scamp, an arrow comes flying at you from the darkness. This will be at advantage because you cannot see the goblin. Miss. Nox, you're up.
It's a lot of goblins.
Seeing where the goblin's coming from, I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me double check something. Shit. Remind me, Shatter is what, a 15 foot diameter?
15 foot radius.
Yeah. I can see both these goblins here, so I'm going to center a Shatter right there.
Okay.
I think Shatter's only 10 foot.
Oh, 10 foot. Yeah, 10 foot.
Oh, is it? Ooh. Goddamn.
I mean, it hits both of them. So.
Oh, does it? I was going to say, that was it's 10 foot radius, not a 10 foot diameter, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But yes, I will.
Alright, you send out a shadow, and both goblins are just blown to pieces, even if they make the save. You just hear them scream, and little chunks of goblin just sort of fly out into the hole.
Cool.
Alrighty, this bugbear is going to run up at you, Brew. And he lets out a bit of a roar, and he comes in swinging.
Oh, yes.
14. Gonna miss.
Bring it.
What's the lighting condition here, by the way? Is it dim light? Bright light?
There's no light sources. All the creatures
Except
are
for
relying
me.
on dark vision, unless whatever
And
light
me.
is coming off your party members.
Oh, so it is lit where I'm standing and the bugbears are standing.
Yeah, the lighting should be accurate. Alright, Nox, a goblin rounds a corner to the north. You sort of see some sort of large hallway, and goblins just start pouring out with shoddy bows and begin loosing arrows. This one is at you, Nox. It misses. Another goblin is going to move up. He runs out, and he also fires at you with his bow, Nox. Thuk. That hits you for 7 piercing damage. And another goblin pokes his head out the corner. He fires at you, Nox. And that hits you for 3 piercing damage. And you see him duck behind the corner for cover.
A lot of goblins.
And another goblin. This one you'll have cover against, Nox. Half cover. Arrow fires at you. And it still hits you for 4 piercing damage. The goblins excitedly sort of cheer out. You can hear the chatter of at least a dozen goblins or more. Alcaris.
Oh, I can't Shadow Blade because light. Damn it.
I mean, you can, you just won't be at advantage.
I know, but I don't want to just waste a spell slot. Not gonna be advantage.
2d8 is still a pretty good sword.
I'm gonna move to here. And then I'm gonna attack, and then cast a booming blade. Oh, not booming, sorry. Green flame blade. Against the bugbear that's south of me.
Alrighty.
And have the flame go down, the 5 feet down to the one that's right next to Brew.
Okay. Now you just go to swing at him and he just hits your blade to the side with his shield. 15 misses.
Okay, and then I'm gonna... This is why we sometimes have sorcerer.
The old quickens.
I'll actually Misty Step. I'll use my Rachel ability, the face step. Basically,
Okay.
Misty Step as a bonus action. And then just Misty Step towards where the goblins are coming from. That's 30 feet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah. Next to Nox. Alright, before the bugbears can get a chance to react, you just disappear in this mystical light, temporarily stepping into the Feywild and then reappearing next to Nox.
Was it here or one square below?
That's 30 there.
That's where you are. Right next to me is the diagonal. Yep.
You hear more goblin footfalls, and some start to round the corner. This goblin's going to fire at you, Alcaris.
Okay.
The arrow misses.
That's a miss.
And another goblin comes careening out of this hallway and fires at you, Alcaris. He misses also.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Alright, their buddies are going to join this round.
Oh.
Well, now it's starting to become kind of interesting.
You just hear a very, very loud booming voice. It's definitely not a goblin. It cries out from to the north. Oh, sounds like a giant. And you just hear these shuddering footsteps start to make their way towards you.
Now I really should take this long rest. Anyways, we're good.
Brew.
Look.
Right, well, that answers the question about whether to burn my last rage or not, so I'll go ahead and rage. I scream something about, like, Tempest, we fight in your honor, or something like that, right? Because he thinks he's praying, but he just doesn't realize he's a barbarian, not a priest. And I will swing recklessly at just this guy who's just right here.
Yeah.
With ye old war pick.
That hits. $17 damage. You drive the pick into the side of the bugbear.
I'll hit him again.
That hits. You pull the pick out of his side and then you stick it straight into his neck and he collapses to the ground dead.
That'll learn you.
Arrows start flying down this hallway. And this is going to be aimed at you, Alcaris. You can see a little goblin, the silhouette of him just on the edge of your dark vision.
Okay.
And it hits for 4 piercing damage.
Okay. So that goes temporary hit.
Okay. More are piling out. And they seem to be making some sort of loose formation here in the hallway. Another arrow comes screeching towards you, Alcaris.
I'm gonna on reaction use shield.
Alright, as the arrow is coming towards you, it just bounces straight off, ricocheting onto the floor.
Nice.
Scamp.
All of the noise is coming from the north, right? There's not more noise coming from the south.
Only from the north.
You have used the light with you, right? Because I'm gonna charge in there, so I can get advantage on my attack.
I have produce flame with me, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I prefer to keep it dark.
Not everyone has dark vision though, so they'll be effectively blinded without it.
Because there's still the bugbears on the south. No, that's fine, but there's still bugbears to the south. I'm gonna charge to melee range next round against goblins.
I'll just produce flame at the one that's on Pavel.
That's a crit.
Yeah, you do.
And the fire is so intense, it
Jesus.
incinerates his shield, the fire works its way up his arm, and the entire bugbear is completely incinerated. And as the smoldering corpse hits the ground, an intellect devourer bursts out of the smoldering corpse and
Oh God.
plants its feet on the ground.
No! No! Take it away!
That's fantastic.
Oh God. Why?
The body of the bugbear just sort of hits the ground. You see you see like the streak red flash of the bugbear's innards as these two stumpy claws just reach out and rip the bugbear's chest apart. It seems to have crawled down through its neck, and it sort of just hits the ground as the bugbear's body is smoldering away behind it. Joins on initiative count 7.
I can't do anything about that. Sorry, Nox.
It's me.
Oh, just wait, I've got to do this turn order. Let me just scroll through a bit. Was that the end of your turn as well, Scamp?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, meanwhile, the other bugbear that's standing next to the one that just died, he looks just as surprised and horrified as you guys do.
Friends?
Alright, oh, this guy's gonna move 25, 30, and he's gonna fire at you, Alcaris. It just completely misses. Roland.
As the intellect devourer fucking pops out of the chest. Well, that's surprising. Shit.
Help me.
25. Oh, I'm not getting close, Pavel. Sorry. What can I do? Where was I at? It was right there. No, I was right here. Okay, I can move 5 more feet. Oh, we'll do that. Can't really tell where exactly the hallway stuff is up there. I don't want to burn a crazy spell. So... I'll viciously mock the bugbear down here for now.
Do tell.
Oh, I'll just... I can't even think anything good for you.
He looks a little bit upset by that.
You're missing arrows like the whole time if you're shooting at me.
And you just hear him screech out in pain. Takes 7 psychic damage, disadvantage on his next attack.
Alright, and that's all I got for now.
And hear more goblin footprints pattering about. Pavel.
Pavel lets out a girly scream, drops his bow, takes out his great axe that he just got, and just starts swinging at the intellect devourer. Damn it.
That is a miss. That hits. You hit it for 8 slashing damage. You sort of just slice into the side of it and it excretes this disgusting ooze. It's slightly hurt.
Gross.
I am so scared that I'm gonna waste my action surge and just try it again.
It's a crit. Alright, you take a desperate, furious swing and you bring the axe down. You sever the lobe of the intellect devourer into 2 pieces, and these little stumpy arms are just quivering at its side.
Just
Pavel,
fear.
I love you right now.
You're welcome, buddy. Don't worry. That thing scares me too. So I just fear ran over me. So then I'm just gonna run over here and just take another swing at this bugbear.
And that hits. The bugbear is still.
All the time.
He's still sort of processing what happened, and then you've caught him off guard. You swing into him for 10 points of damage.
Nah, great axe ain't my thing, man. I like long range weapons, and sure, I like everything. I'm a generalist, goddammit.
Nice.
You can like your axe too.
Step here, and then I'm going to cast another shatter right in that cluster, like centered basically right there,
Alright.
to get all those guys.
Which square are you putting it in?
If I have to pick a square, I'd pick this guy.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, you just hear another loud explosion. Countless goblins just screaming out, and chunks of goblins thrown all over the room as they literally explode from the shatter. They're blown backwards and fall to the ground.
And then I'm going to back up 15 feet. And that will be my EOT.
A goblin shuffles forward and he does like a little bit of a dive roll as he fires at Alcaris. Dives around the corner. Miss. Alright, this bugbear, he gives you a bit of an angry look, Pavel, and he's gonna swing at you at disadvantage.
Ouch.
Miss.
Ooh.
Hello, whispers.
Okay, we've got some more goblin footsteps. You can hear them shuffling in, closer and closer. Alcaris.
Alright, bonus action, Blazing. So that gives me 40 feet of movement right now. Plus 10 on extra.
Yeah, extra movement and
10 feet, yeah.
advantage on concentration checks and acrobatics. Is
Oh,
it
no,
concentration?
And I get to also add AC of int modifier to
Yeah,
my AC.
int mod onto your AC.
I'm gonna charge the unknown. Yeah, 40 feet of movement. That's 35, I think. Oh wow, that's a lot of them. Okay, 5 here. Come here. And then I will do a green flame.
You have 40 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be 40 feet there.
Okay.
You can't go diagonal through walls.
Let's see.
As you look around, it looks like a goblin larder, and you see chunks of meat strewn all along a hall, and just countless goblins, and there is some very big creature coming from the north, beyond the scope of your dark vision.
Also chunks of goblin meat.
I'm gonna take
Everywhere.
It's awesome.
I'm gonna ready an action, and that's the trigger as goblin comes into a range.
A melee attack?
Yep.
Alright.
Or can I hold on to green flame blade?
Yep.
Goblin comes into range.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold on to green flame blade in case
Okay.
goblin comes into my melee range.
Alright. That will be concentration. The goblin hooks around the corner to the north, and he fires an arrow at you, Alcaris. You've got half cover. That misses. Another goblin runs forward, and he moves in, he fires at you, and then he moves out, Alcaris. Hook, miss. This little goblin comes up here and he fires at you. Got 3/4 cover from this shot, Alcaris. But it's a crit for 9 piercing damage. Very well placed and lucky arrow.
Did I recover 10 hit point at the beginning of my turn, or is it just
No, once it's gone, it's gone. It should make a concentration check for you automatically. Alright, he wait, do you have advantage? Advantage?
I have advantage.
Roll again.
And then also I get to add also input, I think.
Oh,
Modifier to it,
maybe just post it. I know you get some sort of boost.
You get it.
Maybe it's just your int mod. Oh yeah, you get your constitution, a bonus to your con saves for concentration. So what your int?
It's +4, I modified.
4. So you rolled a 1. So even with that, you get an 8. You still lose concentration, and your green flame is expended, as it is a spell, and you got to concentrate on holding the energy.
Okay.
Dang.
This goblin moves 25 feet here and fires at you, Alcaris. And it misses. A final goblin moves up and he fires at you, Alcaris. Miss. At the start of this round, these massive footsteps, they come crashing in, and you see running behind some goblins are 2 giants with 2 heads, carrying a massive club in each of its gigantic arms. 2 Ettins with animal furs laced with bones and trinkets and corpses. They shake the ground as they run forward, screaming out orders to these goblins in Goblinoid.
Oh, this will be fun.
I got the north guys. I can just tank these guys, like, have fun with goblins.
I love the hail of arrows. It's just like totally hardly touching.
Alright, they run in behind the goblins. From the
Just
north.
take care of the south. I'll take. Oh, they're coming from north. Oh, never mind.
They're coming from just up in this direction, right behind the goblins, Alcaris.
Like this direction.
I can't let you have all the fun with an Ettin. I mean, goblins is one thing, but geez, that guy looks like something. Anyhow, I'll stick the old war pick into this bugbear here, using reckless attack.
An 8 misses.
Wow. Let's try that again.
You swing again, and you hit him with a 21. This time you drive the ore pick into the side of his neck and he sinks to the ground. Ugh.
Beauty, and I'll run up north.
This goblin breaks from the hoard as the Ettins are coming up behind him screaming orders, and he just pulls an old blade out and comes into melee with you, Alcaris. Takes a swing and he misses as you just strafe out of the way. Another goblin comes into melee range and he swings to Alcaris. He misses. Damn.
Can you guys drop the torches over there so that it's still dimly lit over this part?
I do not have a torch. I have produce flame that is on myself.
Alright, Scamp running up, you see you produce flame gently, sort of cast this orange hue against the walls, and it lights up these goblins' faces that have a look of absolute menace on them.
I'm gonna go ahead and moonbeam. I have to be able to see the point to cast moonbeam. Could I cast moonbeam on like the northern point between the goblins so that it doesn't get Alcorius?
You sure can. So, do you mean here?
Yeah.
There? Or there? You meant there, right?
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Moonbeam actually gives off some light too. Let's have a look.
It's dim light.
Dim light. Okay. I'll make a sheet for that Moonbeam as well. I don't think I have one. Alrighty. So again, it's a column of radiant energy. It goes from floor to ceiling, and it's only within that area. Dim light.
Did you want me to roll the damage for it now, or when it's their turn?
You can wait. You can wait to roll the damage.
I'm linking. Oh, or it can just not link as a spell card. That's cool too.
That's right, eh? Got it. I gave you a concentration marker too.
Okay, and I took my spell away, so that is going to be my turn.
Alright, goblin moves up to the circumference of this moonbeam and sort of doesn't like it. Ah! And he tries to fire at you beyond it, Scamp. You'll have half cover. Miss. The arrow just passes through the moonbeam and just scatters across the ground near you. Roland.
And we definitely hear the Ettins coming, but we can't see them yet.
Their footsteps literally shake the ground.
Okay. And they sound like they're coming from this direction here, or from this direction?
Both.
Okay. So it looks like that besides Pavel, everybody's temp hit points are gone. So I will expend another Bardic Inspiration, bonus action, to do another Mantle of Inspiration for Nox, Brew, Scamp, and Alcors. So they get that 8 temp HP again, and can use a reaction to move without incurring opportunity attacks, if they so wish.
Owl to the corner.
Alright, Nox moves.
I am also going to move back now.
Yes, I can't pass
I
the
will-
goblin. So you could check, right?
No, they will not let you go
Stay.
past.
I'm going to move up by my elven buddy here.
Alright, Brew runs on in.
And I use and
Crap, can I drop my torch before I do that?
No. You,
Crap. Sorry, brother.
It's all right.
and I will hold a Tasha's Hideous Laughter for when I see an Ettin.
okay.
Or I guess we wouldn't know they're Ettins yet. I mean, for when I see what's making the large noise.
Sure.
Yeah. Either way. That'll be my turn.
And these goblins sort of revere this moonbeam. It hisses and fires at Brew with advantage due to reckless. You're hit, Brew, for 2 piercing damage. Goblin moves to the side. These you just hear this. Go Rowa! Mom! Go Mart! And these thunderous footsteps as this very large Ettin comes dashing down the hallway, just like slapping goblins to the side, swinging his clubs around wildly. And he is going to dash up to here.
When I see him... Oh man, I guess 2 heads aren't better than 1. Tasha's.
He makes a wisdom save, and he finds that hilarious. Both of the heads sort of, they seem, to have their own sort of consciousness, and they begin chuckling to one another. And he falls prone, becomes incapacitated, and is unable to stand up.
I like that one too. That was good.
Drops both weapons on the ground. That's his turn done. He'll make a wisdom save at the end of his turn. And he just keeps chuckling away there. Apple.
Alright, from right here, I'm just gonna move to the side, like lean over to the side from where Scamp is, and just take a fire at these 2 goblins over here. Wait, actually, no, they're being hit by Moonbeam. They'll die anyways. I'll hit this one first. All the way in the back, right over there.
Yeah. It is a crit. You get a perfect headshot, and the little goblin just drops straight to the ground, dead.
I'll shoot this one next then.
A 13 misses. Just.
Barely misses?
It misses.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. For some reason you're breaking out. Maybe it's me. But yeah.
Oh. Is that breaking up for everyone?
No, I can hear you just.
No.
Okay.
Alright.
Nox.
I will pop out right here and I will cast a chromatic orb at the Ettins.
Alright, you will be at disadvantage. He's prone.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Can you get rid of the goblin in front of us?
Yeah. In that case, I will firebolt the goblin in front of Brew.
Oh, no, in front of me, you'll be.
It's a miss.
Okay, that's a miss. I will duck behind the corner again, but that will.
Alrighty, this goblin, he breaks away, moves back, and he fires at you, Alcaris.
Okay.
Miss. This goblin does the same thing. He moves back and fires at you, Alcaris.
Okay.
Miss.
This
This goblin,
shooting at me.
he does the same thing. He moves back and fires at you. Miss. And Alcaris.
Now it's my turn. I'm gonna first move to here. As bonus action, cast a shadow.
Alright, first of all, both goblins are going to opportunity attack you. That one hits for 6 slashing damage.
Reaction shield does not hit.
Okay. You use reaction shield, you won't be able to cast Shadow Blade.
I'm not gonna be able to.
Yep. If you
Okay, then I'll take the damage then.
okay. Because it's a leveled spell. Alrighty, you're hit for 6 slashing damage, and the other goblin swings and misses.
Okay, now I'm gonna cast shadow. Bonus action, shadow blade.
Alrighty,
And
Shadow
then
Blade goes up. Do you have
and
the
then,
spell card?
Oh yeah, I can think it.
Yeah. It'll just because it'll expand your spell slot and give you concentration automatically.
For some reason, I linked it to the one I showed.
That is weird. Let me see what's going on.
Mine did the same when I tried to do a spell card.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll see what's going on with that, but don't worry about it for now. You'll have to do it manually.
Yeah, I did it manually just now. And then now I'll make a green flame blade attack with advantage. I think because I'm still in dim light, right?
Yes, you're in dim light.
Against this goblin here, hitting the goblin that's here. So with my shadow blade,
That's a hit.
what's the primer?
You
This is
just
sec.
obliterate that goblin.
And that's the second damage.
And
For some reason, my macro in the first one is bugged, so second damage is it's been calculated. I don't think.
oh, okay. Alright, that first goblin he's just completely destroyed. And then green fire leaps onto the other goblin. And he's hit for 5 points of damage. He just screams as he burns.
Okay. And then that's end of.
This goblin moves up and ducks underneath Boknokin's legs and fires at you, Brew. Miss. This goblin sort of, as Boknogin's chuckling away, sort of uses Boknogin as like a bit of a wall and sort of props his arm up on Boknogin. Stay still! And fires at you, Brew. It's not daring to disobey Boknokin and know whatever he's doing. That's a miss. This goblin runs in and he draws a scimitar and swings at you, Alcaris.
Okay.
It hits for 3
Can I do
slashing.
reaction shield now?
Sure. You pop a shield and the scimitar bounces straight off. This goblin is going to move in. They just surround you, jump on you, and start slashing away at you, Alcaris. And it's a miss. Bounces off your shield. This little goblin is going to fire at you, Brew. Miss. And the Ettin
I laugh.
comes stomping over to you, Alcaris. Rawr! Just screams at you. Both heads scream, revealing these long, sharp, yellowed teeth. And one comes in with a battle axe, and he just swings straight over your head. And the other arm comes in with a morning star, and that misses as well, swinging furiously around in the air. He ends his turn. Brew.
Can I use a pre-action to drop my light source?
To what, sorry?
To drop my torch.
Oh, yes, you can drop your torch for free. You just drop it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll recklessly attack the goblins right here that are...
That's a hit. And you just destroy that goblin next to you.
And the next one as well.
That hits. And you sink the war pick into that goblin's chest. They fall back and their bodies are dissolved by the moonbeam.
Cool. Now that I'm not holding a light, I'm just gonna run over here and stick my fat body beside this ugly Ettin here.
Camp.
I'm going to use my action to move the moonbeam up so that it hopefully hits the Ettin and the two goblins above.
Let me move it to the front. And
Nice.
right there. You shift this like moving column of light, just screeches along the floor and starts dissolving everything in its path.
That'll end my turn. I need to refresh because nothing's updating. Like Bruce still is where he's at and the moonbeam is still where.
Okay. Rolling.
Okay. We'll move forward 10 foot. And by the way, Brew, Alcris, if you, I don't know if you're putting the temporary hit points in the actual temporary hit point section, but if you could just throw it on your actual hit points, that way your token will turn blue and I can know if I need to give you more or not.
Oh yeah, no, my temporary hit point got used up already. That's why I was.
Okay. I was just making sure you knew.
Yeah.
The goblin that's behind, that's not in the moonbeam. So this one right here. Look at you. You're scared of a little moonlight? Vicious mockery.
He just screams, I'm not scared! And he jumps into the moonbeam and his whole body is disintegrated.
Oh man. I love killing with vicious mockery. That's fun. That was 10 foot. 20, 25, 30. I don't feel like getting hit by any arrows if I can help it. And I'll whisper to Nox again. I still believe in you. Inspiration. And that's my turn.
Thank you, bud.
No problem.
A little goblin runs around the corner near you, Brew, and sort of yells something in half common, half goblin, goblish, and goblin, and he's gonna fire at you, Brew. Shoots an arrow. It's a crit. You hit for 4 piercing damage. Boknokken is in the moonbeam, so he's gonna need a con save. Alright, he resists the best he can, taking 6 radiant damage. And the first thing he does is get up and just screeches. He starts stomping down here.
So that automatically wakes him up from Tasha's?
Yes. Oh no, he gets a wisdom save at advantage. Let me make it. Okay, never mind. He doesn't do that. but he will make another wisdom save at the end of his turn.
Okay.
And he's still actually incapacitated. I was thinking of hypnotic
Wow.
pattern. I was thinking of
Tasha's is awesome.
Tasha's big brother, hypnotic pattern.
Oh yeah. Hadn't
Alright.
used that one yet.
He just stays in there.
Yeah.
He finds it hilarious that he's getting melted.
So Pavel, he looks around, see all the magic users here, the squishies. He puts back his bow, takes out his great axe, and just battle cries, yells, runs over there. So and this is all he can move. He kind of just looks, he just screamed down and he can't run anymore, and he's just like looks around. He can't really do much. It's just waiting here. I mean, actually I can. Wait, Seb. Can I take it back about like dropping the hand at the longbow instead of just keeping it with me, or?
Sure. You get one interactive object, so do what you need to do with it.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot at these goblins here to help out my friends. Instead of, I was gonna attack him, but then I have to get through all this, and I can't move that much. So, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot them. I didn't realize what I was gonna do. Wow.
You hit the wall.
Okay, still gonna try and aim at this goblin over here because I gotta thin the numbers down.
That hits him. Pluck an arrow into the back of his leg for 4 piercing damage.
Curses.
Nox.
I'm going to step here, and then I am going to cast Shatter on the Ettins.
Which you need to center it on a square. Alrighty. You do a shatter, and let's see how these goblins do. Alright, one of them is just torn into pieces. Another one managed to survive. And Mr. Bocknocken will make a con save. He resists, taking 6 thunder damage. It sort of just explodes at his side. And he makes a wisdom save.
And he finally stops laughing.
Now he looks
He
around.
found that not funny. Then I will expend a quicken spell to firebolt the goblin that is still standing.
That's a hit. You follow it up with a firebolt. It engulfs him.
And I move back, sorry.
Yeah. These goblins on you, Alcaris, they continue to be engaged in melee, swinging away. That misses, and the other one misses. You're up.
My turn. I am going to do another green flame blade on this goblin here. The one that's actually one that's south of me.
Okay.
And then have the green flame just go to this goblin.
.24 hits.
Thank God for the advantage. Holy shit.
You, this like shadowy tendril that just sort of wraps around your hand. Pierce it forward and props the goblin up against the wall as green fire screeches along the walls, and it just melts away the goblin next to him as well. Isn't the splash damage, isn't it like just your intelligence mod?
The 5th level, it changes.
Oh yes, D8 plus your intelligence mod. Okay.
Yeah.
He's dead too.
And that's my turn, I guess.
This goblin is going to slash at you, Arcturus. Reaching and crits for 9 slashing damage.
I mean, eventually they're gonna make one hit.
As he's on you there,
Okay.
you will lose concentration. He knocks the Shadow Blade out of you. And Kung Jung. He swings at you with his axe, Alcris.
Okay.
14 misses. And the other head is barking out orders at goblins, and heads seem to be bickering among themselves as the other head swings a Morning Star at Brew.
So, I've just realized there's 2 of these things apparently.
Yes, there is 2.
Yes, there's 2.
4 heads in total. Brew, you're hit for 9 piercing damage. And that's the end of Kung Jung's turn.
Right. I'll recklessly attack this Ettin. Maybe a couple. Are you guys there? I can't hear you all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're
Over here.
waiting for your turn. That's a crit.
Nice.
24 points of damage. You drive the war pick straight into the belly of this creature and it leaves a burning scorch mark. You swing again and a 13 hits. Rip the war pick out and stab again for another 11. The Ettin itself is about 14 feet tall, and even with these grievous wounds, it still barely looks hurt.
Alright then.
Amp.
I am going to move up and I guess cast what's to produce flame on the.
Which one?
I can only see the one up top in
This
the
guy?
moonbeam.
Alright. You hit him with a 16. For 14 fire damage, it hits him straight in the face.
Then I'm going to move back 10 and end turn.
Rolling.
Alrighty. See what we do this time. 10 foot. 20 foot. Okay. Much as I don't like getting closer to things that can kill me. Man, I wish I could see. Are all the goblins dead? I only see the 2 Ettins.
No, there's goblins. You can hear them chuckling away.
Just can't see him. That sucks. Alright, well, we'll just do... I'll have to upcast it, unfortunately. Because I'm all out of first level slots, but we'll do a Bane on both Ettins.
Okay.
So, hit a discordant tone on the guitar. See how they like it.
Alright, charisma saves. Okay. The closer one to you, he actually is not affected, but Kung Jung, he is, and this shadowy veil sort of over his face, distracting him.
Alright. And with that, it's my turn.
Okay. Mr. Goblin's go. He's going to move back away from you, Brew. Take some pot shots at you with a short bow. That's a miss. Moves back a little bit more. Bok knocking. First, it's a con save against the moonbeam.
Ooh,
And
good damage.
he is getting incinerated by it. 19 radiant damage. It eats away at his flesh.
He is.
Scoops up his weapons. One in each arm, one for each head. He stands up and he just runs over here. And he's just roaring. Mage! And he just furiously swings at you with both attacks, Pavel. His axe comes in first and he just clangs it into the wall. Stone chips off and falls at your feet, and then a morning star is just darting towards you. And it connects for 13 piercing damage.
Eesh.
You're up, Pavel.
Alright, toe for toe. I, put away the longbow, take out the great axe, and just swing for swing this guy. Damn it.
That hits.
Oh, wow.
You chomp the axe into his upper thigh for 9 damage.
Damn
You
it.
swing again, and this time he brings down his axe and the blades clang against each other. 10 misses.
Well, that's all I can do. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Nox.
Okay. 10 feet of movement puts me there. Another 10 puts me there. Fuck, everybody's in my way. Okay.
Sorry about that, old chap.
It's okay.
Just do what you gotta do, Nox. If you gotta kill your way through him, just...
Just don't burn the guitar.
Step sideways and just put a hand up on Roland's shoulder and be like, "Be a good chap, duck," and cast chromatic orb at in front of us. Oh!
Ooh!
I'll take it. Lightning damage, of course.
Alright, there's an explosion of lightning.
So
Nice.
24 points. The lightning explodes, catches his beard on fire, and the Ettin is severely injured.
Exactly average rolls.
A plume of smoke just washing up from the Ettin.
And you know what? I will use my I will EOT there. That's fine.
Yeah. The goblins, they seem quite confident now, Chris, even as you slash through them. The fact that the Ettin standing next to them makes them feel powerful, so they continue to fight in melee, swinging away and missing.
Okay.
Now, Chris.
Okay. Let's just take a look at my options here. Yeah, same thing. Green flame blade on the goblin east. It's just my rapier, and then the flame will go to the one on the north.
Go for it.
That's just great.
That is a swing and a miss.
And then that's the end of my turn.
And this goblin, even more confident, he lurches in, darting at you, missing. And he'll stay there. Kung Jung is still furious and he's just roaring at the goblins. Seems to be barking orders at them. Meanwhile, multitasking, trying to fight off Brew and Alcris. And the axe comes in at you, Alcris. And that misses, swings over your head. This massive morning star comes flying in at Brew. And it hits for 8 piercing damage.
Would a D4 matter?
Oh. 16 misses, Brew. He has Bane.
Nice.
You are not hit. Add that 8 hit points back.
Nice.
Thanks, brother.
Hashtag Bane, bruh.
Really?
And he just keeps roaring as he tries to, like, their heads are arguing with each other, and this, like, little black energy is, like, in between their heads, just annoying them with Bane. All you, Brew.
Right then, I will recklessly stick a war pick in both heads, hopefully.
That hits. You drive the war pick into his arm for 15 points of damage. And you hit again. This time into the side of his leg. 12 more points of damage, and lurches forward a little bit and flinches from the pain. And his words are starting to slur now. As his swings become more sloppy and tiring. Amp.
I'm going to use my action to move the moonbeam centered there, so it gets like the top half of them, but people can maybe still go down the hallway if he happens to.
Alright, moonbeam just, this column just sears across the ground towards him.
And that'll be it.
Rolling.
Alright. Trusting in my buddy Pavel and in the moonbeam. I'm going to... Well, I don't want to move forward any. But I'll viciously mock this one over here. Well, it looks like you can't hit anything, can you?
And he just yells to you, "Bravo!" as he takes 4 psychic damage.
And I'll yell to Brew. Brew, be a good chap and put that pick in its head, can you? Well, one of them. You get to pick.
Oh, I think I get it.
That's my turn.
Alright, this goblin, he sort of takes a look behind his shoulder. You get the feeling he might run, but then Kung John just screams at him, and he does the exact opposite. He dashes forward into melee, swings his gnarled blade at you, Brew. And he misses. Playing against your war pick. Boknokken is being melted away by the moonbeam. And even though all of his flesh is practically melted away, he stares at you with this skeletal face, Pavel, and he just looks frightened and angry. And he still stands, so he swings at you with everything he's got, Pavel. He uses the axe first, and he clings against the wall again. Meanwhile, the Morning Star comes in at you, and it connects, hitting you for
Ouch.
13 piercing. And he doesn't move out of the moonbeam either. He just sort of stands there, just in a blind rage. Pavel.
Alright, as I'm getting beaten to death by a giant Morning Star, I steal myself, reserve myself with a second win. Wow, that sucked.
Should be an extra 1 there.
I gotta
6
fix it right
points.
now, sorry about that. And let me add 5, one more, hold up. Flag. There we go, 5 now. And let me add 1 more to myself, but before that I'll just, get over with the Great Axe, just in case.
That's a hit. You drive the great axe in between the neck of the 2 heads, and Blood splashes out as the body falls back into the moonbeam.
Nice.
It's consumed.
Nice. Alright, can't do much. Well, actually, I can. I forgot. I have interrupted object and I still have an attack left, so put away the great axe, I pick up the longbow, and I fire at this this goblin right over here.
Alright, you're actually dropping these weapons as well, you're not stowing them. Stowing's a separate interactive object.
Dropping. Sorry about that.
That hits. And you pluck that goblin.
Good. And then 5, 15, 25. Can't move anymore. Wait. Yeah, I'm sorry, Alcris. I just wanted to help.
Nox.
The music got really intense.
I just turned it down. Yeah, it was like it was up high. Hey there, Nox.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. With the Ettin down, I'm going to move to here and see the carnage that is going on over in Ya, and I will I'll firebolt the Ettin and twin spell to the goblin that's right next to Alcaris.
Okay. That hits the Ettin.
Do I need to roll separate for the goblin?
First of all, just roll the damage for the first one. And yeah, you do. It's 2 separate firebolts. Alright, you hit him for 6 fire damage and another firebolt. That hits the goblin.
It's gone.
And he is disintegrated. Alfred?
Okay. I'm gonna attack with green flame blade on the. Is the flame gonna spread?
It will. It's a creature within 5 feet of your target.
So it'll go to the goblin, right?
Yeah.
To the...
You are in bright light now, though, so you might want to move.
Oh no, I lost my shadow blade, remember, because of the concentration.
You did.
So it's my rapiers. So green flame blade against the Ettin.
That hits.
Okay, and then it's gonna.
Alrighty, you hit the Ettin for 8 points of damage.
Oh no, 10 points of damage. Sorry. The piercing.
Oh. Alright, what's going on with that macro there? I'm having trouble understanding it.
It's messed up on the second one. I'm gonna have to, because I got to take it out.
No, it should only be 5 points piercing, 3 points fire for level.
For this way,
it's 1d8. For level 5 is 1d8 on the primary target.
That's no.
And the piercing is my normal weapon damage. And then the secondary target takes 1d8 plus my int mod.
Yes. Okay, let me just give me a sec there. Green flame blade. Do you have like a macro that's sort of taking your level?
I think I'm just gonna just manually make a macro just so that it doesn't show the second one. I'm just gonna delete that.
Yeah. So yes, you basically it should just be an extra a d8 onto both, right? Plus your intelligence mod on the splash damage.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
then
that
plus my weapon, plus my regular weapon damage.
yeah. So that second like fire damage there, the 3, where that was, you could just deselect that box. You don't need that.
Yeah, I deselected it just now. Yep. So it was 1d8 right now.
Yeah. All right.
Primary damage and secondary, I'm re-rolling basically.
All right. You hit the Ettin for 10, and the fire leaps over and just melts that goblin away that's next to him. Streak of green fire just illuminates all the carnage around you. The Ettin
I still have
standing.
movement still.
You do.
Then I go behind this. That ends my turn.
Alright, this Ettin is just swinging like with the last of his energy. And he takes a disadvantaged swing at you, Alcaris. Still with the same axe. And it misses. And then with the last of his might, he brings down the Morning Star on Brew. And it hits for 6 piercing damage.
Do I understand that? I feel like I would somehow.
Maybe. You can communicate back to him using the same language.
Yeah, I just repeat it back, and then recklessly swing a war pick into a head.
Alright, he sways around and you miss with a 10. And then he sort of falls down on his knees and you split his skull open with the war pick, and one of the heads look over it at the head that you just did that to, and it sort of just faints, and the whole body of the creature just slams to the ground and shudders the ground as it falls. They're all dead.
Loot! Loot, loot, loot!
Good job, dude.
Really? That's all you care about is loot, loot, loot?
Well, I'm glad you guys are okay, and I expected it. I want money.
And the XPs. And the XPs. Let's not forget the XPs.
Let's not forget the XPs, of course. The XPs.
Alright, let's take a 10-minute break now. I'll tally up the XP and give you guys the loot when we get back. See you back in 10.
I'm eat a burger.
Oh, man. All the feel.
The feels of what?
Do not worry, Pavel. You will understand one day. You will feel the intricacies that come with the je ne sais quoi. That is the party system. It is It is like the special hug.
Okay. There you go. That's all you have to say.
As Nox looks over at Rollins. And Scamp and Brew. Pavel, I do need to ask, did you remember to give the urchins something to do while we were gone?
No.
So they're off running amok, probably around our establishment as we speak.
I'm too young to be a father.
Well, you did, in a way, take responsibility for said children, did you not?
Yes.
And to be fair, if I remember human physiology correctly, you can be a father as early as 13. Yeah, we're not.
I was told from the Ma and Pa's that you should first marry before you have children. So kind of what I did was not the best.
Well, it sounds that you missed out on a number of boats, but that is fine. We are next time we are up topside, outside of the illustrious maze we are in, I would be happy to take you on a wild jaunt. I promise. All on me. I give you spare no expense. We will have the best of times.
I'm already having a good time. I'm hanging out with the people I like. I mean, the senseless violence is not the best. I feel like it shapes my young mind, but it's growing. It's a growing experience.
Oh, violence here is there. I mean, violence is the nature of the world. If you've a lion pounce on its prey, the fox hunting the hen, it is the natural order of things in some regards. There is always violence in the world. There's the senseless violence that is always awful, but we will discourage that. It's much more the natural violence. You just kind of go like, meh, shit happens.
Got it. I'll take your steps. Violence is just meh. It happened.
That's a good way to look at it, Pavel.
So how's everyone's day doing?
What was that?
How's everyone's day going?
Well,
I just worked a 10-hour workday, so I feel great. I want to kill shit.
This is my first time playing a support character, so it's I'm enjoying it immensely. But I hear you on the getting off of work, so wanting to do, something.
I don't know how you can do it, Tyler. Sorry about that.
What do you
Continue.
mean?
I didn't interrupt. No. Brian, you go. Sorry about that.
So I've only played a bard once, but I've played a support character before. I played a cleric once that was not a life cleric, but for the most part, I spent 90% of my time keeping the party afloat.
Right.
And I completely understand that moment of like, can I just let these motherfuckers die so I can do some cool shit, or or do
I have plenty of stuff to do, honestly. Every fight.
And that's what I'm saying. Continue. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, well, to be fair, no. Bards are an underwritten class. No one likes playing them. And the general, oh, what do you want to play? Very few people are going to go I want to play a bard. But if you have a really good person to play a bard, and they know what they're doing, bards will be literally your, save or suck moment. Oh, no, wait, what? Oh, no, that's going to be awesome. Watch this.
What
If you want to be the ultimate support, take one level in cleric, life cleric, because in every one of your healing spells do just one level. You also get heavy armor proficiency if your deck sucks.
Pretty good.
I mean, I would do that, but I don't know. Roland wouldn't, so I'm probably going to say glamour bard.
Respect the character. and the backstory and all the written down sheet.
Oh, what? Oh, I was like, what's going on? Something's getting a lot of hit points back for some reason.
It's just stuff.
Yeah.
What I want to ask Tyler, I don't know how you can play support characters. I mean, this is my first time playing D&D, and I'm like, I love getting into the action. You know, like I like being like kicking ass. You know.
But supports are fun because you get to do some insane shenanigans at like late levels because a lot of spells are like predicated on how you phrase things.
Yeah.
So a lot of like room for interpretation. So like instead of just swinging sword, you could potentially get some like their allies to kill each other, or have effects where like you take somebody out of combat, or banish them to.
I see. So like it's more it's mostly the fun of the like getting to like play on words, being like, well, yeah, as a bard you get to influence people and like, hey, you go kill your buddy over there and stuff, right?
Well, not just that. Some of the spells are really abusive. Like reverse gravity is like perfect for abuse. Wish is pretty good for abusing spells. What else is there? A prismatic wall. That's pretty abusive. Simulacrum, that's pretty abusive too.
No, that's not abusive. That's just an awesome spell, and when you use it right, it's incredible.
I have no idea what any of those spells do, by the way. So
basically, prismatic spell is 50 d8 for d6. The damage plus blind effect, plus a restrain effect, and then if you fail 3 times, you're still.
What?
How
Everyone's
you guys
talking
doing?
at once.
Prismatic Wall is basically a spell that is the verbal equivalent of "you shall not pass." Literally, like no. If you can get through a prismatic wall, you are a beast mode style.
Alrighty, guys.
You really shouldn't.
It is a 9th level spell.
Also, force cage is pretty abusive too. You can just trap somebody without a range attack in a force cage, and you laugh at it for an hour.
Alright, you guys search these bodies. There's 19 goblins, 3 bugbears, and 2 Ettins. The goblins have a total of 60 nibs in their coin pouches, and the bugbears had 11 shards. There are 19 shoddy scimitars. You can't imagine they would fetch a whole lot, and they weigh a lot as well. As 43 arrows in all of their quivers combined that were left, and 19 short bows, which they seem to be in decent repair, but again, could be quite heavy to carry. But if you have a bag of holding, then you could ditch all that in there, as long as it doesn't exceed 500 pounds.
Roland will proffer the bag of holding. I'll make a note of all that and get the poundage.
You don't have to. We might not even tell it.
Tab for the bag of holding.
What's that?
You have a separate tab for the bag of holding, just so you can keep track.
Yeah, it should be in your character sheet. Did it not? Oh, do I not have it there?
Can I snag one of those short bows just for my inventory?
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't see why not.
Alright, there's a handout for the bag of holding. You've got one, right?
Yes, I do.
Roland. Okay, I'm going to give you access to it to edit it, and you can put anything you want in there. Just keep in mind, if it exceeds 500 pounds, it rips and everything falls out to the ground.
Hey, Brew, how many arrows do you want? I kind of took all of them, but like if you want some, or if anyone took some, I'm sorry. You know, like yeah.
I'm going to put that in your folder.
I still have javelins. I'm just sort of planning for the future, so you can hang on to them for now.
Thank you. I need them because I want to like shoot from long range sometimes, you know.
I think I already gave you a handout for it, but I didn't give you access to it there, Roland. So let me throw that in your folder now.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess you'll be sort of holding any party loot then. In that case, if you're the only one that's got a bag.
Okay.
Nothing's over there.
Nothing
over there either.
All right, so this
that's me just marking that we've seen these areas.
Oh, you did?
Gotcha.
All right, this room here, where you guys just came from, Basically, there are just scraps of meat and gore and dead goblin bodies scattered all over the floor. There was already one dead goblin as well. It had his head caved in, and it's just like it just smells like dirty goblin in here. Moving on further to where you presume the Ettins came from, there is a forge here. Another thing to note, you did see on the sides of the Ettin the symbol of the Xanathar Guild tattooed in red ink, sort of underneath their underarms and the sides of their bodies. A circle with 10 equidistant spokes sticking out. And a couple of goblins had that same brand on their forehead on closer inspection.
To be fair, if we can fuck over the Xanathar Guild at the same time, I am all for.
So this, towards the north of this room is a blackened forge. It looks like it is not in use. It's clogged up with soot and looks very ancient. There is an iron anvil standing atop a circular stone dais in front of the hearth, and there is a massive hammer hanging above the anvil from these iron chains. It's 10 feet long and 8 feet wide. It looks like maybe the Ettin could use it, and but everyone show me your language proficiencies.
Okie dokie. Hold up.
Because there is a rune carved to the side of the stone head of the hammer. In fact, there's two. And Nox, you recognize it as Dwarvish script. It's a very ancient dialect, in fact. It doesn't really say anything, but they are the runes for air and fire. The hammer itself is gigantic. I mean, it's got to be, 5,000 pounds or more. No way you can hold it.
Runes for air and fire.
Now, to the south, there is an alcove here with a slab of stone. There is 2 dead creatures lying atop it. Some sort of worm-like creature. Not a grick, but it has many little legs and it lays there in a pile of green blood.
That's not good.
Can I make some check to see if I know what it is?
I was gonna say, can we make a check A for how dead it is, like how long dead, and 2, what it is. Or
make a investigation check to see how long it died, and then make a history check to see if you know what it is.
Can I also make a history check to see what it is?
Sure. Alright, so you've got no idea how long ago it died, Nox. If you had to guess, maybe not too long ago. And Alchris, you know what it is. You spot it straight away. It's a carrion crawler. It's so I tell
the party's carrion crawler.
Wormish type creature that can burrow, and it's like a giant centipede sort of dealio here. They're commonly found underground. There's also a wooden door set in the south wall here. And the forge is just sort of caked up with coal and soot.
If I touch the handle and just jimmy it a little bit, does it move?
It does indeed.
Check for traps.
You make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
It's a wooden door set on iron hinges, and you don't see anything that looks like a trap. There's no little holes where like poison could spray out or anything like that. Nothing untoward looking.
I will push the door open, just like jimmy the handle and shove it open.
Alright, reveals an ancient hall with alcoves and statues resting in the alcoves. It's sort of a T-shaped hallway, and there is In each of these alcoves, a very finely carved statue made of a single block of solid granite. They depict 8-foot tall, helmed elven warriors hefting spears, both facing inwards.
Pavel, I would be very careful where you step.
I bring out my great axe and just start hitting the floors in front of me.
Alright, you chop away at the flagstone floor. You think if you do that too long, you'll probably break your axe, though.
Well, damn it, fine. I'll take out the spear and use it as a 10-foot pole and start like checking for traps in front of me.
Alright, you start pushing on the tiles in front of you very carefully, applying as much pressure as you can. As you move further into the hallway, there's another statue at the end, as well as doors that lead off in the east and west. Now, this statue has a big pile of stone and rubble behind it. The statue seems to be intact, but the spear is what gets your attention. The spear is made of solid gold and it sort of glints, catches the light of your light cantrip, Pavel.
Fuck. I want to investigate if the statue can be turned or moved in any way.
Make a perception check. Alright, the statue itself looks like it could be moved. It doesn't seem like it's a part of the floor, and it's just a slightly large to scale, like it's to scale, but a bit larger than a regular elf would be. Looks exactly like the other ones, but the spear that it holds is solid gold. Well, so it seems. It could be gold plated, but it's definitely gold.
Can I see if it's trapped?
Yeah, you can make a perception check as well.
And you always just cast a ritual magic with me and just have it detect magic. Just makes things a lot simpler.
You take a really good look at it, and there's nothing untoward. No tripwires, no levers, no seams. It looks like the spear could come out, though.
Hey, if you guys want money, you could grab the spear. It doesn't look like there's anything going on with
I did have a plausibility. If you look at the debris around the statue, I would imagine it to possibly move.
There is a big pile of rubble behind the statue as well. Broken pieces. It looks like, from what you can see, Scamp, another statue. Someone's broken it and put it behind this one.
Don't share that with the party. Can I see where it came from? Is there like on either end of this hallway?
You could like maybe look for tracks with a survival check. It's pretty hard though because it's just a stone floor. Or you could do like maybe an investigation check and see what you could deduce.
Ooh.
Alright, Scamp, 21. You actually find that there is no recent footprints whatsoever that you pick up on. And Alcros, it looks like someone has broken a statue, one of these statues, and put it behind this one. You don't know why they would do that. And you don't see anywhere where another statue is. However, there are rooms that lead off in different directions.
I'd like to open this room.
Alright, you open that door, Pavel, and it leads back into the hallway where the... Oh, what did I just do then? I just broke the world.
Yep, I did break the world. Sorry about that.
Let me fix that up. What? Sorry, I just shifted like everything for some reason.
World Breaker is a pretty cool title.
There we go. Back to normal.
Pavel, Breaker of Worlds.
Pretty cool name. Okay, I'm opening the next other one while you guys investigate this.
Alright, you push open this door and You've got a hallway here, Pavel. Leads off to the south.
Interesting.
I'm going to try and pull on the statue, see if it moves.
I'm really
Alrighty.
far back when he does that.
You are you trying to like pull it out of the alcove, Nox?
Yeah.
Alright, you grab onto it and it starts sliding as you move it.
Interesting.
Oh,
I move
so
further back.
fairly freely.
Yeah. It's heavy, but you're pulling it now. Pulling it back.
Okay. I will pull it to where I am now. What happens?
Nothing. You pull it back. And are you just putting it there?
Well, if it keeps free sliding, then no, I'll keep pulling
sliding
it back
Alright.
towards here.
You drag it back more. Drag it and drag it. And are you leaving it there?
I feel like
So,
it
yeah.
needs to go somewhere. Hey Roland, do you see any tracks in the floor?
Alright, everyone hold up. Alright,
No.
Nox, as you're holding it, it starts to feel very warm. And as you maybe pull your hand away, it's sort of like the stone sticks to your hand like a rubber or a glue stuck to your hand. And then hundreds of tiny little eyes appear all over the statue, and the chest of the statue opens up, revealing razor-sharp teeth. It's a mimic. And it just lurches in to try and chomp you. You are grappled
Jesus.
as you're stuck to it from the adhesive trait.
Oh, Roland, you're so far back. Oh, you're still okay.
Me.
Alcaraz, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna blazing bonus action.
Okay.
Luckily, it has a really, really low initiative.
So you don't want to touch this thing? Is that what everyone's so afraid about?
It
Yes, you don't.
it does have this like adhesive layer on it.
So if I were to whack it, then
Whacking is okay. You wouldn't want to like
Grapple it.
touch it.
Okay, I'm gonna move into melee range and whack.
I thought it was over there.
Alright, where is it?
It's back over there where Nox is.
Shh. Oh, I have 40 feet of movement. so
Yeah,
over here.
shit.
And whack it. And I'm gonna do a green flame blade on it.
That hits. 14 points of damage. As you slice it, you expect to like sort of hit stone, but instead it's got very real flesh, and you just actually slice straight into it, and this purple blood is dripping out of the wound. Makes a hissing sound. Pavel.
Yay.
5. Okie dokie. I have the spear out, so wish you luck at throwing it, because I have failed so far. Spear one-handed throw. Yeah. Damn.
Goodness, buddy.
You throw it at the floor.
I bonus action summon the bow and fire.
That is a hit. 9 piercing damage. Fuck. The arrow sticks straight into the back of the statue. Through.
I'll run around the corner. Oh, okay, it's that juicy thing right there. War pick recklessly.
That is a hit. You stab into it for 9 points. And you hit again. Stabbing it for another 6, and more of this thick purple blood drips out as the creature is sort of anamorphous and changes shape. A melting statue now. Amp.
I'm just gonna produce flame at it.
A 13 is going to miss. Nox.
Okay, I have 2 questions. The first being that has Bardic Inspiration faded? Is that why it's no longer a tab thing?
Yeah.
Boo! Don't like that. Okay. Then I will reach out and shock and grasp this motherfucker.
That hits. You shock it for 5 lightning damage.
And I will... I can't use my bonus action to disengage, so I will just...
You can't move anyway, you're grappled by it.
Yeah, I'll quicken spell and just shock and grasp it again.
And you shock it again. For another 12. You send a explosive charge through it.
Nice damage.
I like that. Another... Whoa! Damn it.
Still trying to chomp at you. Rolling.
Damn, Noth. How did you end up so far from the back?
Do I have reason to believe that it can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a living thing. Why not?
Well, I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. Anyway, I'll you couldn't have been a better looking statue? Vicious mockery. Fuck.
It completely ignores you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's all I got.
The golden spear morphs into its body, and now it starts to take the form of a very, very tall treasure chest. And as it's stuck to you, Nox, it morphs itself to tower over you, and razor-sharp teeth surround you in all angles. And it tries to bite you with advantage because of its grappler trait. Little drops of acid hiss as they drop onto the floor at your feet, dripping off of its teeth, and you manage to worm your way out of it, and it misses. That's its turn. Alchris.
Alright. Same thing. Green flame blade with the action.
That hits.
Oh, thank God this thing has low AC.
6 points of damage. You slice into it some more, creating some more small wounds on it. Apple.
When I threw the spear, did it fall like somewhere near it so I could pick it up and set a bonus action summon it?
It's stuck to it.
Alright, cool. I guess I didn't hit it, but okay. I drop the bow, take out the spear from it, and I stab at it.
Alrighty. You managed to pull the spear off. It sort of stuck to the base of it.
Alright.
And you stab it. You just drive the spear forward. 8 piercing damage.
And again.
That hits. Right, the spear is stuck into it this time and you can't pull it out. So instead you push it in further and then you push it all the way in and twist it. It lets out a horrifying screech and sort of morphs around. It changes into a statue and then a treasure chest and then a chair and then it just... This silvery grey blob just sinks to the ground. It's dead.
Alright, cool. First of all, thank you. As a commonality, I ask Nox if he's okay. Then I go in and try and search for the golden spear.
It morphed into its body.
It's gone.
Son of a bitch.
Looks like it was a lure.
Damn mimics.
Yeah, oh well. How you doing, Nox? You okay? Get up, come on.
No. Thank you very much, fellow. I'm good.
I'm glad. 75 XP.
Alright, it just melts away off of your hands, Nox, and just sinks into the ground. It's like a translucent puddle.
Wait, I thought we had 8,000 Nox because the 700 we got from the Ettins.
What's everyone else got?
I got 8,485.
Did I skip one?
Yeah, you skipped the
45.
700 of the Ettins and all those other goblins.
Alright, 8485 is the total.
Yeah. Alright, pick yourself up, my friend. Dust yourself off and let's head off.
Well, I guess that explains why there's a broken statue back there now. The mimic must have broke it so it could stand there.
It's a doppelganger. Mimic ganger.
Stupid mimic.
I'm going to very gingerly look into this corner to see if there's a trap or whatever.
Make a perception check. It's a pretty plain looking hallway. And you don't see anything of note.
I push hard on this wall, and those two walls, just those two walls.
It's just a solid wall. Doesn't come away into a secret door.
Gotcha. Alright, let's go.
The hallway continues down to the south before ending at yet another wooden door.
Interesting.
How are people doing on their resources?
Oh, I'm gone, but I'm a fighter, so I keep going.
I'm pretty tapped.
My spells are basically tapped and...
See what's behind this door and then maybe try for a long rest?
I mean...
Or long rest first.
You're thinking it's later afternoon now, it's probably not quite evening. You push open this door and you see a lot of stirges here. There is a massive crack in the ceiling. It's 5 feet wide, 30 feet long, and it goes deep into the roof of the limestone. There is rubble that's spilled out from the floor, and you see like a storeroom. There's old pickaxes and shovels, a stone wheelbarrow, and the stirges start to buzz. And they look like they sort of were just roosting there, hanging upside down like bats, and they start to stir, and they start to dislodge themselves from the roof, and they start to drone over towards you guys.
Oh god.
Here we go.
No, this will be awesome. do not worry.
Sleep! Like last time.
So all of them are going to be 25 feet up, and they're all going to go on the same initiative order. They just
There's that many.
dislodged themselves off the ceiling, and now they're buzzing their way towards you guys to feed.
Damn it. Yeah, I can only do a little bit, so I'm just gonna pick them off one by one. So, drop the spear, take out the longbow, and start firing. At the first one in front of me.
You hit it.
Cool. And hopefully I kill it.
You do. It just drops to the ground dead.
Alright, next one, it's buddy next to it right there. Longbow.
That hits, and you drop another stirge. It just kills it instantly.
Alright, that's all I can do, sadly.
Scam.
They're 25 feet up. Are these three? I don't know if you can. Those three within 5 feet of each other?
They're all on the same elevation, close to each other.
We're gonna ice knife at the middle one there.
Okay. Alright, they all managed to weave in and out of the ice knife, but the one that you targeted, an icy shard just cut straight through it. It dies. The other ones dodge out of the way.
This is a situation for Fireball.
Yeah, Fireball would definitely be nice.
Since I don't have it, I'm just gonna have to Firebolt the one.
That hits, and there's nothing left of it when the firebolt hits it.
Okay. And I'm gonna move back to here.
The stirges start moving in. I'm gonna do all their movement first, and then I'm gonna do their attacks. Two on Nox, two on Pavel, and two on Rue. And another one, three on Nox. That one who's there, they just move in and try to attach themselves with their proboscises. Some of them are gonna like dash.
Shit.
Alright, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on you, Pavel.
Oh god.
Miss. 2. That hits. I'll do all the damage afterwards. 3, 4, 5. 3 of them attach themselves to you, Pavel. You take 16 points of piercing damage from the proboscises stabbing into you. And you will start to lose a lot of hit points next round if they get their turn from blood loss. Alright, there are 4 on you, Brew.
Jesus.
1 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Brew. 1 sticks into you for 6 piercing damage. The rest sort of dash in. They're just flying over you, next to you, on top of you, all around you. They're very small creatures. Brew.
I'll swing at the one on me. But not very reckless.
Okay. That hits. and you just sort of basically just scrape it off with your war pick in a very violent way.
Cool. And I'll hit one of the ones that's on Pavel, that's stuck into him.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
That hits. You just use the tip of the war pick to just impale it, scrape it off. Dead. Nox.
I'm going to... Fuck it. I'm gonna cast Shatter. Yeah. I'm gonna cast Shatter on this guy, and I'm gonna have to use it at 3rd level because I don't have a 2nd level slot left.
You're gonna hit yourself, Brew, Pavel, and Scamp.
I can take it.
Just do it.
I'm fine.
Who's here?
Pavel with 11 health, but I'll take it. I'll take the brunt of the forest.
I don't want to hit Scam. So
You're fine. I'm at full hit points plus some temp.
So if you target it against the wall here, you won't hit Scamp. It won't hit this square. But let me just see. Is there one under Scamp? There's a couple on Scamp too.
There's a couple under me.
Holy shit, what are there so many of them?
It'll definitely kill all of them though.
if I like target it like on Brew,
Yeah, you can hit them all. You can hit every single one of them. It'll hit Scamp.
So you're gonna suggest for them to leave?
No, sorry, that's the wrong.
You cast it on yourself. You suggest you have to convince yourself, so you cast it on yourself to shatter your allies.
To shatter your teammates.
Alrighty, you suddenly Nox, as they're all buzzing in, they're sticking their proboscises into everyone, buzzing around. The sound of the droning noise intensifies and it gets all too much, so you just explode. And every single stirge is destroyed, and blood and bits of viscera just scatter everywhere. Yourself, Brew, Pavel, and Scamp all need to make a con save. Scamp, you're hit for 7 thunder. Nox, you explode yourself for 14 thunder. Brew, you're hit for 7 thunder, and Pavel, you're hit for 14 thunder.
Oh no.
Oh, well, we can't have that now, can we?
I'm gonna go up and cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Pavel.
Okay.
Look, I do rash things occasionally. Do not fault me.
You're lucky you didn't firebolt you guys.
How much is that?
I'll hit Brew with I'll hit Brew with a 2nd level.
Oh, there's another one. There's
10.
another one. Oh no.
Sleep Mama Auntie!
Can we take
That's for you, Brew.
Oh god, 10 HP, thank you. Lifesaver Scam, thank you, really appreciate it. Thought I was gonna die.
Can you rest now?
I wouldn't mind a rest. I'm kind of hurting right now.
Like a long rest?
If we're heading into a rest, I'm gonna use another 3rd level Cure Wounds on... did Roland get Pavel, or was that Brew?
That was for Brew.
I'm gonna do another 3rd level Cure Wounds on Pavel.
After I touched Brew to cure wounds, I'll press to digitate my hand. Probably sticky.
Oh, that's a lot.
17
8
more.
plus 9. So, what's 16?
17.
17.
That is what a cure wound should be.
Scamp, can I pay you for being such a great, can I give you 10 gold pieces? Do you mind?
Hey Seb, I noticed there's a bunch of boxes and whatnot here. Is that important or is it just filler?
You take a look in the boxes, and there's old mining equipment in there: pickaxes, shovels, and moldy dwarven boots, miners' helms.
I want to search inside more. I want to search deep inside there.
Make a investigation check. It's very rusted and old and it's junk. Nothing of value.
Alright.
Seb, if we had to guess, what was the
alright,
time
I'll
of
pay.
day nowadays?
Make an intelligence check.
On how old it is?
You think it's probably just before dinner time, maybe 5 bells. Around about then.
Well, I do believe that if we are going to pick a place to hunker down for the night, this would be the best place. But, as such, we need to be very careful about our choices. Is this where we want to spend the rest of our evening?
Good question.
Seb, you said that there was a crack in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not staying here in this room then.
Let's go back then.
Good idea.
Yeah, shut the door and go somewhere else. I don't want those things coming out.
I suppose we could always rest over by the forge. Now that the Ettins are dead, I don't think that we'll have to worry too much. I mean, obviously you still have a guard, but...
Sorry about that. But just how big was that crevice?
It's massive. It's 5 foot wide, 30 foot long, and goes up as far as you can see. And more into darkness. The ceiling is 30 feet overhead. Huge fissure.
Shouldn't we go here? Oh, whatever. We'll find maybe another room over there. The ceiling was a mimic. I finally get to show off my skill.
Alright, you come back into the room of the forge.
I'm gonna cast good berries and hand one out to everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Seb, can you catch me up? I got behind there.
Sure. You guys were just starting to feel hungry too. You eat one good berry and if all of a sudden feel like you don't need to eat dinner.
Good old good berry. Since we're gonna take a long rest, guys, I'm gonna make a trap so if anything comes in trying to mess with us, hopefully they'll, yeah. I've always wanted to do this.
You have Thieves' Tools proficiency?
Well, yeah, remember I spent my downtime learning how to shoot a gun and also learning how to make traps?
Isn't it like 10 weeks minus your intelligence mod?
It takes a while, Pavel. To learn.
To be fair, I am proficient with these tools. If he wants to make a trap, can I help him?
If you're proficient with Thieves' Tools, you can make a trap. So
I thought it was Steve's tools proficient. Never mind.
You could make it and you could watch Nox.
Then I'll do that. Yes.
All right. What are you doing?
Like fumbling about and be like, no, my friend, this is how you do it.
What are you making though? What do you have to make it with, and what do you have in mind?
You know what? I have the alchemist fire.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna make like a tripwire alchemist fire.
Right, where do you want to set it?
I actually have a hunting trap.
That'd be good. You could place it on here. I was also like, said
Like
it costs
that?
a lot to me.
All right, you find like enough frayed rope, or use the strings from the bows or whatnot to make a tripwire there, and you hook it up to an alchemist fire will fall down if someone trips it, and it's going to explode and consume that area. It takes an hour to do that. You actually do it at the end of a short rest, and it will consume your alchemist fire. You do need to make a Thieves' Tools check.
Okay.
Can I set up the hunting trap in
Sure.
one of the 2 squares? Probably that one.
Alright, Scamp throws down a hunting trap inside the door.
Yeah, inside the doorway.
Alrighty. Ta. Alright, Nox, it's a very well concealed trap. Someone would have to make a 18 perception roll to spot it. I'll have very high passive perception, 18 or higher. Alright, you guys set up the traps. That took an hour, so you've all had a short rest. So everyone take a short rest.
I thought we were digging for long rest.
A short rest.
Yeah, a long rest is going to be a while away, about 10 hours or so.
Should we maybe set up watch shifts and have those of you who can see in the dark?
Yep, a watch short rest is 8 hours. It's included, but if you don't have a watch, it's 6 hours.
Don't forget those people that are using hit dice. You can roll an extra d6.
Thank you.
If you're an elf as well, then you finish a long rest in 4 hours.
Oh, you're doing 4 hour rest? Okay, awesome.
If you have an elf, then I'll say that you guys can do a long rest with a watch in 6 hours.
Okay,
So, Nox, you spend an hour setting that up, and as you guys are sitting around, another hour passes, and you guys are set upon by a group of goblins returning to the post
Oh no.
after 2 hours. And they're very sneaky. They've managed to creep up on you guys without you even noticing.
Oh no.
25 on their stealth checks.
Oh yeah, I don't see.
And as they round the corner, you guys are surprised as they leap out to do a surprise attack, basically.
Son of a gun.
Oh shit.
Jesus!
Oh, we weren't part of it. I was like, oh my god.
The goblin dashes forward. Gaga! And when he gets there, he trips on the alchemist fire. He sends
I wanted to make a trap.
the tripwire off, and the sticky adhesive fluid just tips down, and as it does, it's basically a napalm. It falls down on him, and he gets a dex save to try and avoid it. DC is only 10. He managed to avoid it, and he actually managed to avoid it, so it misses him, fortunately.
What?
Oh well.
Yeah, it's a oh, actually, yes, he jumps out of the way, so it just sort of streaks a flame across the ground, and he just like dashes in here. This goblin is going to fire at Nox. "16 hits for 5 piercing damage. This goblin runs in for melee. Up to you, Nox. Sword and shield in hand. Nox, you're surprised. You get your reaction back. Same with you, Pavel. Same with you, Scamp. This goblin pokes out from around the corner and fires at Roland.
That's it.
You're hit for 3 piercing damage. This goblin does the same. He's going to move here and fire at you, Roland. You'll have half cover for this.
Alrighty.
Miss. It's the wall for you to cover. Now, Chris, you're surprised. You get your action back. Same with you, Roland. And these goblins, they just pile in. In melee. Swings at you, Brew. And he slashes you for 5 points.
Alright.
And you guys are just rudely interrupted, basically. This goblin's going to stay as an archer and fire at Scamp in the back. You're hit for 6 piercing damage, Scamp. And the final goblin moves forward. And he's going to fire at Roland. You're hit for 3 piercing damage. Alright, second round. The goblins have just charged forth. They managed to get up very, very close and just jump out, unbeknownst to all of you. And they keep on slashing, screaming out. This one at you, Brew. Whoops. Imagine it's a short scimitar. It's the same attack roll and damage. He stabs you for 8 piercing damage. This goblin is going to fire at Scamp. 13 misses. Nope. This is at you, Nox. Miss. And now you guys are fully aware that you're under attack.
Huh?
You're up, Nox. Did he say he's going to be right back?
No, sorry. I was Googling ways to curse in French. So I will reach out and look at this one and just be like, volontaire c'est faux! And try and grab it with a shocking grasp. If it will roll. Come on.
That hits.
Slap him across the face like he said something about your mother. Just
you grab him and you start like strangling him, and as you're strangling him, like lightning is charging through your hands and he like catches on fire.
And since he has no reaction, I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You back up and all the goblin's hair's standing up on his head.
And I'm just like spitting on the ground, basically cursing his mother.
Pavel.
Damn it, stupid fucking... Sorry about that. Didn't mean to click that. One short sword's already out. Take out the other short sword. And... yeah, hold up, let me move up. Right here. Gonna finish this one off. Stab it with my short sword. Damn it.
He blocks you.
Again, I guess, wasting another one.
That hits. You stab into the goblin, and he's dead.
Alright, so this one's bonus action. I'm gonna slash at him, because I already took the attack action.
He parries you. Scimitar to short sword.
Wasted.
Scamp.
You killed one, it wasn't a waste.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna use my action to turn into a black bear.
Okay.
Whoa, awesome.
Whoa!
Let me grab you that black bear.
That is my action, however, so that's gonna be my turn.
We don't get to see Scamp as an animal very often.
No, it's
No, we do not.
full action, so it's in combat. It's kind of
Alright. I gave you access to the sheet there as well. I'll
I
transfer
should be a
all those. Large?
It's
Black
large, yeah.
bear is medium.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. It's still
They're
large-ish. Still a big
The
bear.
dire black bear is large.
Goblin Archer is going to fire at Roland.
Okay.
It's for 3 piercing. And another Goblin Archer is going to hide as a bonus action.
Sneaky bitch.
11. You see him, Roland, as he pokes around the corner and fires at you. But he still hits you
hits me.
for 8 piercing damage. Alcris.
Okay. Let's see. Guess that's an action. Let's cast a Mage armor.
You should still have it. You should still have it up. It hasn't even been 8 hours since you entered, so.
Oh, okay, so I don't need to cast it, okay.
Nope. It's actually been 7 hours, so.
Okay. Then that actually frees a lot of my actions. So I'm gonna move to in front of Roland right here. And do a green flame blade against this goblin.
He ducks, and the flame disperses into the air.
Okay.
Roland.
Alright. Roland, who is usually in the back, so usually doesn't have to worry about getting hit. Just a little upset. You little fuckers think I can't see you?
Wow.
Alright then.
Roland!
And then I'm gonna put a 3rd level shatter right here.
Right, it's serious business.
Because fuck these things. And 3rd level because I'm out of every other slot.
This goblin just goes flying through the air as the rest is shredded into pieces. Every single one of them are ripped apart.
Roland just kind of breathing hard. Alright then. And then bonus action Mantle of Inspiration to give temp HP to everyone but Scamp there. And movement if they so choose. But I don't think anybody's going to move.
I might move. Does goblins retreat?
No, I killed most of them.
They died.
They exploded.
Okay.
Roll 20 is doing some crazy stuff right now. It's not letting me It's not letting me move my token.
You know what? It was just doing the same to me too.
It's been running a little bit slow all night for me.
Do you want me to move you somewhere?
Yeah, I wanted to go up in. I can't even ping.
The corner?
Yeah, in that corner.
Okay.
But yeah, 8 temp HP to everybody except Scamp, and movement if they so choose.
Cool.
And the movement doesn't you don't get opportunity attacked from the movement either, by the way.
I'll look to here to block the goblins from running away.
Let's see, I'm just gonna reload the page.
Alright.
You might have to hit an end of turn for me because I
got
can't.
ya. This goblin uses Nimble Escape. Bonus action to disengage, and he runs away. Wow! Just screaming. He gets 30 feet. This goblin's about to do the same. You're up, Prue.
Well, I better snack it before it runs then. This will be reckless.
That actually bounces off his shield. 13 misses.
Huh. Well, I'll swing again.
That hits. Now you drive the war pick straight through him.
Cool. I'll chase after his buddy too.
Run, Brew. Kill him.
No.
Don't want him killing his friend.
Nox. Hey there, Nox.
Be right back.
Apple. You go.
Alright, yeah, I'm so... Yeah, I'm just gonna whirlwind of the swords just at this guy. All of them are gonna miss.
That was Nox's firebolt. That hits. And you just stab the short sword into the back of the goblin as he retreats. And he is dead.
And now I rest.
You guys
Roland
can
sits in the corner playing a sad song.
search these goblins' bodies. You'll find 19 nibs.
Okay.
And are you guys doing like a party loot? Are you just like shoving all that in your bag of holding, Roland?
I like party loot.
That's up to everybody else. I'm more than happy to divide coinage.
Did you guys get all the treasure from before?
It was 60 shards.
Yeah, I noted it all down.
60 nibs and 11 shards.
Yep.
Party loot works for me. I can't count.
Yeah, let's just do party loot.
Alright. So, that was 19 nibs.
19 nibs, 14 arrows, and 6 scimitars. They're actually in good condition compared to the other goblins.
Do you want the arrows, Drew?
No, you go ahead and take them.
Alright, take all the arrows I can get.
I'll grab a scimitar though. I don't have one of those.
Oh, I'm thinking if I could grab it, so I can just dual wield every now. So
That'd be good.
Bonus action.
Alright, you guys actually are on not interrupted for the next 11 hours straight, and you will complete a long rest.
Yes.
Nothing comes wandering in.
Yay.
Get back my
Do you
lucky
round-
dice.
Do you round the half hit dice up or?
Down. Always round down. Or anything, unless it specifically says not to.
How many hip dice I get back? I get all of them, right?
No, you get 2 back. And you
Okay,
guys get
so
65 XP each for that encounter. So, yeah?
Oh, I was gonna say an easy way to where you don't have to go and manually get all your spells back. Just do the long rest macro. It'll automatically do your hit points and your hit dice for you and all that.
There's a long rest macro?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You do apostrophe, exclamation mark, long rest, and
then full name.
Yeah, and then you do your character's name.
So that, but with exclamation point in the front.
And you put your name, unless your name is full name, then you can just type. Alrighty, guys, we will wrap it up here for today. You guys wake up on your second day in Undermountain, undisturbed. You rested for 6 hours, and you're up at the crack of dawn. It's the 15th day of Myrtle, and we'll come here next week, and we'll continue on. Thank you guys very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Sam.
Have a
Thanks,
good
you
night.
guys.